me paint you a picture. Two guys walk into the same room, same height, similar looks. Neither one is doing anything dramatic, but one of them, something happens when he enters. Conversations shift slightly. People notice. Women glance over without knowing why. There's just something about him that pulls attention without demanding it. The other guy? He's trying. He's loud, he's performing, he's working hard to be seen. And somehow, the harder he tries, the more invisible he becomes. You've seen this before. Maybe you've been one of these guys. Maybe you've been both at different points in your life. Here's what separates them. It's not looks, it's not money, it's not some genetic gift that certain men are born with and others aren't. It's something entirely learnable, entirely buildable. And once you understand it, once you actually embody it, the way people respond to you changes permanently. Today, I'm breaking down exactly how to seduce anyone, build unshakable confidence, and step into a version of yourself that is genuinely, quietly, powerfully magnetic. No tricks, no performances, no fake-it-till-you-make-it nonsense. Let's get into it. Number 1, understand what seduction actually is, because most guys have it completely wrong. When most guys hear the word seduction, they think tactics, lines, moves. They think it's something you do to someone, a technique you apply, a script you follow. That's not seduction. That's performance. And performance is exhausting for everyone involved. Real seduction is not something you do, it's something you are. It's the natural byproduct of a man who is completely comfortable in his own skin, clear on who he is, and genuinely unbothered by whether or not he's impressing anyone. Think about the most naturally attractive people you've ever encountered. Were they running routines? Were they following a script? No, they were just fully, unapologetically themselves. And that fullness, that completeness, is what draws people in. You cannot seduce anyone from a place of need. You can only seduce from a place of abundance. And abundance starts from the inside. That's the foundation everything else is built on. Number 2, build the kind of confidence that doesn't need an audience. Here's the difference between real confidence and the fake version most guys are walking around with. Fake confidence needs validation to survive. It feels good when she texts back and collapses when she doesn't. It shows up strong in easy situations and disappears the moment there's pressure. It's confidence that depends on external results to keep itself alive. Real confidence is internal. It doesn't shift based on who's in the room, who's paying attention, or how the last interaction went. It's built on a relationship with yourself that nobody else can touch. So how do you build it? Not by standing in front of a mirror repeating affirmations. You build it through action, through doing hard things consistently even when you don't feel like it, through keeping promises to yourself when nobody is watching, through choosing discipline over comfort again and again until your brain starts to trust you. Every time you go to the gym when you don't want to, confidence. Every time you finish the work instead of scrolling, confidence. Every time you hold your standard instead of lowering it to avoid discomfort, confidence. You don't think your way into confidence, bro. You act your way into it. And once it's real, once it's built on actual evidence of who you are, nobody can take it from you. Number 3, master your presence before you open your mouth. This is the one most guys completely skip because they're too focused on what to say. But here's the reality. Before you speak a single word, you've already communicated everything. Your posture, your pace, your eye contact, your breathing, the way you carry yourself through a room. Women especially, and people in general, are reading your energy before your words arrive. And if that energy is nervous, rushed, approval-seeking, nothing you say will fix it. But if that energy is calm, grounded, unhurried, you haven't even spoken yet and you're already magnetic. So work on the physical first. Slow down, not in an exaggerated way, just deliberately. Walk slower than you think you need to. Talk slower than feels comfortable. Let silences exist without rushing to fill them. Make eye contact and hold it a beat longer than feels normal. These aren't tricks, they're signals your nervous system sends to both yourself and everyone around you. Slow, deliberate movement says, I am not afraid of this moment. I belong here. And belonging is one of the most attractive energies a man can carry. Number 5, develop your emotional control. This is where real power lives. Let me be direct with you. The most powerful man in any room is not the loudest, not the most aggressive, not the most dominant in an obvious way. The most powerful man is the one who stays completely calm when everyone else is reacting. Emotional control is not suppression. It's not pretending you don't feel things. It's the ability to feel something fully and choose your response instead of just reacting automatically. When she goes cold, you don't spiral. When plans fall apart, you adapt without drama. When someone disrespects you, you respond with calm clarity instead of explosiveness. When things go well, you don't get so high that you lose your footing. That evenness, that groundedness, that's what women describe when they say a man makes them feel safe. Not physical safety, emotional safety. The feeling that this man's mood is not going to be my responsibility, that he's not going to fall apart if things get complicated. A man with emotional control is rare, and rare things are valuable, and valuable things are irresistible. Number 5, cultivate genuine mystery, not by hiding, but by being deep enough that there's always more to discover. Mystery is not playing games, it's not going silent for days to seem interesting, it's not being deliberately confusing. That's manipulation, and manipulation eventually collapses on itself. Real mystery comes from depth, from being a man with layers, with interests that go beyond the surface, with a rich internal world that you share selectively, not because you're withholding, because not everything needs to be said immediately. Stop oversharing in the early stages. Not every thought needs to be texted, not every feeling needs to be announced, not your entire life story needs to be delivered in the first 3 conversations. Talk less than you think you need to, listen more than feels comfortable. Ask questions that go beneath the surface, and when you do share things that are real and specific and surprising. Not what you think sounds impressive, what actually makes you who you are.